Hello, welcome back to part 2 of Meg's how to create a Google Classroom for your students. Now, on the first part, I taught you how to do stream, but now we're going to look at the classwork. So if you go to this create button, it lets you create assignments, quiz assignments, questions, material, or even reuse posts from other classes that you've created. You can even create topics for each of your classrooms. So the first thing is you're going to create an assignment. And I'm going to put homework 2. And then here you can give directions. Please show all work for problems 1 through 5. Down here, you can add things that are already in your Google Drive. You can add links. You can add files if you have PDFs. And you can also use YouTube videos. So say I click on my Google Drive, I can go to some recent files that I've made, and I can put my welcome letter. And I can have students view. I can have them edit my view, or I can make a copy for each student to have access and edit themselves. Once there, and it's really important also to know that once you publish it, you can't go back and change a copy for each student. So it's really important that you have this selected before you publish it. Here you can select if you want to not include certain students. Here you could put the points, 10 points. You can put the due date. I can make this due at midnight. And of course, you can add a topic, which I can create and say week 1. Also, this has a cool feature called rubrics that you can check out and create a rubric to help you grade with. Once that's done, you can assign it, or you can schedule it to be posted, or you can save it as a draft. I tend to save it as drafts because I have kids who like to start work without my directions first. So I like to save it and give it to them when it's ready. But for this purpose, we're going to go ahead and assign. And you'll see it'll come up with my topic. Another cool feature is your quizzes. So you can make quizzes from it. So it'll create a blank Google form that you can click on and type your questions. If you wanted to already have a Google form, you can always add and go to your Google Drive and find your Google form. Or I like to add the links to my Google Forms for them to click on and go to. But the rest of the directions are just like what I showed before. Another feature you can do is you can pose a question. How was your weekend? Sometimes I put reading questions. Sometimes I put math questions. This is a great way to check them in. You can add or, of course, create as always. You can give points. I like to give my reading questions 2 points. Make a due date. We'll make that due tomorrow. And choose a topic. Another feature that's cool with the questions is students can reply to each other and students can edit their answer. Once that's done, you can always, again, schedule or save as a draft, or you can publish it by asking a question. Another cool one is materials, and this is really cool. It's not an assignment, and it won't go into their things to do, but if you wanted to say, here's a reading for them to read, and you can attach the reading and put it in week 1. Again, this would not show up on their to-do, but it would give them access to material. I use this a lot to post YouTube videos, helpful. I also use materials to post reading journal prompts that I have them do during class, and I want them to do it while they're with me. And again, just like always, you can post. People is a great way for you to see all your students. This is obviously a Google Classroom that I'm not have my students loaded into yet for privacy reasons. But what's cool about it is once your students are loaded, you can drop them if you need to. You can invite a parent. You can also send them emails in groups or certain people you can select. Grades is where you'll see that you'll have to set up if you want to choose. You'll see grades. And what's cool about this is you can see all the grades throughout. So say little Bobby had his grades, you can scroll all the way across to see all Bobby's assignments. Another nice thing when you go back to your stream is that you can see this view all. And this is one of my favorite tools. Once I click on view all, I can see all the assignments that I posted. I can see how many people turned them in, who I've assigned, meaning they haven't done their work yet, and how many I've actually graded. Once you're done with doing an assignment and then kind of take it off your checklist, you can always click on the 3 dots and hit marked as review, and it goes away. But not really, because if you click up here and go to review, you can see any stored stuff. So you have little Sally who turned in a bunch of late work. You can go to review and find all Sally's turned in assignments to grade them for her. Well, that's all I have for Google Classroom. This is one of my favorite tools, especially during distance learning. And I hope you enjoy it and find my videos useful. See you next time.